don't underestimate women and the growing support they're providing to the WNBA. Remember, anything successful, you usually have the women behind it supporting the product.
Don't underestimate the NBA subsidizing.
The NBA and the NFL
yes.
went to another level once they appealed more to women. What if the women decide we gonna focus and lock in on the WNBA?
No, the NFL started growing once they implemented what's called cheerleading.
Welcome back to Clark Gaming Hoop. Before we dive into today's breakdown, let us know in the comments. How long have you been following Caitlin Clark? And who is your favorite player to see her face off against? Today, we are examining an unprecedented surge of public scrutiny surrounding the WNBA's media and public relations landscape. For weeks, behind-the-scenes tensions have steadily escalated, recently reaching a tipping point following viral online reports and unverified claims of a leaked locker room recording. These reports allege an unfiltered post-game outburst involving Brittney Griner, sparking widespread debate across social media. With public focus shifting toward league officiating, player safety, and media management, speculation has mounted over how executive leadership and broader basketball stakeholders might address the situation as rookie visibility and league viewership continue to break records.
Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's fourth in the league in MVP voting. Fourth in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. Lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the number one overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats. The girl is spectacular. It's not like she's not a scrub. She's not only can play, she's a star caliber player who draws this attention. And maybe it's because that fan base that she has and her being a young white lady contributes to it. So what? Benefit from it. And then you have a lot of folks that have come to the defense of numerous WNBA players because they were pointing out like this has been going on before long and people are not hating on her. It's not about hating on her. It's that you feel she is getting a level of attention that you deserve.
The catalyst behind this intense media coverage remains the physical, high-intensity defensive coverage facing Caitlin Clark throughout her inaugural season. Opposing defenses have consistently employed aggressive strategies to disrupt her rhythm and test her endurance. This dynamic came to a head during a heavily covered matchup against Brittney Griner, whose interior presence created a high-stakes contrast in styles on the floor. Following the game, debate erupted among commentators and fans regarding officiating standards and foul calls. The controversy intensified when circulating reports claimed that an agitated Griner vented her frustrations behind closed doors regarding media narratives around her play style. These unverified reports quickly swept across sports podcasts and digital platforms, elevating the post-game discourse into a top trending topic nationwide.
I don't know. I see somebody that's doing something wrong, so I rugby tackle, doing in an illegal defensive position, so I rugby tackle them. Or I see I don't know, it's like being an offensive player and you're about to get hit by a moving screen. So instead of getting hit by a moving screen and drawing the foul, you decide to turn and shove the person setting the screen. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. Freedom of movement does not allow you to stop before contact and shove somebody. Like, it is what it is, and I'm being real. Like, this whistle is horrendously awful. Like, this is minimum flagrant one. And again, when we're talking about this could be, I don't know. Look, I don't know about Brittney Griner's intent here, because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, she did the exact same thing as Caitlin Clark did to Veronica Burton. The difference is that she's obviously taller. And is there a level of responsibility that you have to have when you're a little bit taller? Yeah, there is. There absolutely is a greater level of responsibility. If you agree this is some bullshit, subscribe. We are trying to get to 60k as soon as possible. We're on 59.6k right now. Thank you guys so much for all the support, by the way. Like nearly 100 subscribers in the last day. But we gotta be real. This, like, if you're someone that's at a height that you can very easily go and clock somebody in the face, you probably should have to be a bit more careful. But yeah, it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening with Caitlin that. Alyssa Thomas did it to Caitlin in her rookie.
With substantial media rights negotiations and corporate sponsorships framing the league's growth, the potential fallout from continuous PR controversies has drawn significant executive attention. Industry insiders report that leadership across professional basketball, including NBA executives monitoring cross-league commercial interests, is keeping a close eye on brand reputation and operational stability. Rumors of formal reviews and potential disciplinary oversight have circulated as stakeholders seek to balance physical play with marquee player protection. Amid these high-level discussions, perspective from within the Indiana Fever locker room added further context to the surrounding debate.
Brittney Griner, where she says, right there, watch this. Every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there watching on purpose. It's very disruptive. She says WNBA games used to be a chill, quiet place. You could bring your laptop and relax, maybe even get a little work done. But now it's like there's large gatherings of people watching us from the stands. Some of them are yelling crazy shit about what they're seeing, putting unfair pressure on us to score like we're there for their entertainment. You are. The whole thing is toxic. I saw a guy with his daughter in the crowd, both of them yelling, couldn't hear what they were saying exactly, but it was either my performance or some light racism. But here's where I'm going with this. So the WNBA says they want to get paid more. They're saying this year they're going to make $1 billion. That's what they're saying, okay? For the first time ever. Now that Caitlin Clark is hurt for 2 weeks, did you see ticket prices? Insane. Let me read you the ticket prices. After Caitlin Clark's been hurt for 2 weeks. All right, so let's go through this. Caitlin Clark absence is having an immediate impact beyond the court. According to data shared by Yahoo Sports via TickPick, prices for 2 specific Indiana Fever away games against the Chicago Sky and the Washington Mystics dropped sharply after Clark was sidelined. Before the injury, the lowest ticket available for Fever's matchup in Chicago was $86. For the game,
Sophie Cunningham, known for her candid commentary on competitive integrity and league officiating, previously voiced strong views regarding player safety and consistent rule enforcement. As public attention on the Clark-Griner matchup intensified, analysts re-examined Cunningham's earlier ESPN statements on officiating protocols. Her previous calls for structural reform and uniform foul enforcement were highlighted by commentators as a representative voice for players seeking greater transparency and protection on the court.
Some would deem controversial. She's a teammate of Caitlin Clark. She plays on the Indiana Fever. And she was the one that got into it with a player a few weeks ago where she just pointed in her direction and kept pointing in her direction. That's Sophie Cunningham. Well, anyway, she made some comments that were deemed relatively controversial about a week or so ago. I don't know when it was. And she said she wasn't backing down from her comments. And it was regarding trans athletes in women's sports. Matter of fact, she went so far as to say she doesn't think her comments were controversial at all. She shared her opinion on a polarizing topic in an interview with ESPN this week where she claimed she felt a duty to, quote, protect young girls in a locker room or young girls in sport who shouldn't have to go against biological men. That's what she talked about. She was asked to expand on the quote when meeting with the media on Wednesday, and she made it clear that's how she feels. Quote, I said what I said, Cunningham told reporters. Well, rather than me just saying that, let's hear from Sophie Cunningham herself. Listen to what she had to say.
Talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense.
And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
I stand with Sophie Cunningham. I stand with Riley Gaines. I stand with them both. I have 2 daughters. They don't participate in sports, but if they did, that would be my position. And I think it's important to emphasize what Sophie Cunningham said a bit further. She said, I think I'll always believe that. I think it's really important to protect children and that little girls who are also involved in that category. So I stand on what I said, and I will always believe that. She claims she's not a political person, but she does have morals and beliefs, and she will always stay true to them. When asked if her stance could negatively impact the trans community, Cunningham said she's not speaking out of hate. She doesn't dislike anyone. She says, quote, I think there is room for absolutely everyone here, and I think there's room to love everyone. I truly think when you get people in the same room and you have conversations.
What began as an intense physical matchup has broadened into an industry-wide discussion regarding officiating consistency, executive accountability, and player safety across modern women's basketball. As the league continues its rapid commercial expansion, balancing physical play with athlete protection remains a central focus for fans, players, and executives alike. How do you think the league office should handle on-court physicality and officiating moving forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below, leave a like, and subscribe with notifications turned on for more coverage.